So now we've had the Justice League Snyder Cut or Zack Snyder's Justice League, whichever variants of the naming you want to call it. People are like, yo, Warstu, where is the original Suicide Squad cut? Where is the Ayer cut? You promised me. You've been saying for the last year or so there is definitely a David Ayer Suicide Squad cut. And I'm like, yo guys, chill. Just chill. And subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. Also check us out on Twitter at WarstuG. We're getting a few follows over there. Right, let's get into this video. So, very cool week this week. We've got Godzilla vs. Kong coming out. Awesome. We've got Falcon and Winter Soldier. Good time to be a comic book fan. So, let's get into it. So, the David Ayer Suicide Squad cut, or Ayer, I guess it depends how you say it. So, a lot of people still don't think this is real, which is really hard for me to figure out why. Because David recently came out and said he spoke about his Suicide Squad cut, and it scared the absolute out of the executives. It's frustrating because I made really heartfelt drama and it got ripped apart into pieces. They tried to turn it into Deadpool, which it wasn't supposed to be. And this is why it makes me laugh, because people are like, yeah, Suicide Squad sucked. It's like, we've not seen it yet. And they're like, what are you on about? I was like, well, Jared Leto Joker was supposed to be a narrative figure of the whole story. Steppenwolf was supposed to be in it. Warstu was supposed to be in it. Apparently there must be more Batfleck in it. We were supposed to get up to like an hour of more Jared Leto Joker, but it was too dark and the studio didn't like it. They said the same thing about the Snyder Cut. That was dark. That was gritty. It wasn't this, you know, Joss Whedon version where essentially what Joss Whedon did with the Joss Whedon cut of the Justice League movie was he essentially copied what he did for the Avengers and tried to make it work for the Snyder movie, but it never worked. So let's go over what apparently was said from the director himself. But remember, guys, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, even though you've got the director directly coming out with it. But what about James Gunn's version? Yeah, cool. James Gunn has a version of the Suicide Squad movie coming out in August. The David version of his Suicide Squad cut, even though it's completely different continuity, although it's using Harlequin, and it's the complete same narrative cast with the same actor playing Amanda Waller, the same character playing Captain Boomerang, same actor, and Rick Flag, and etc. No one seems to know where this Suicide Squad movie is set. But even when this movie comes, it's not going to come before the James Gunn version, that is for sure. So David recently said this about his movie that doesn't exist, even though he's clearly said multiple times for months that his movie does exist. So in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said this. So could the phenomenon become a trend? Suicide Squad director David Ayer would like to hope so. I think the studios now see that there can be canon and there can be non-canon. The fans just want to touch it, David said to Entertainment Weekly. They love the characters. They just want to spend more time with it. And that's pretty much it. There's room for different things, different versions, different assets being shared with the same audiences. I think it just helps strengthen the community. But absolutely credit to Warner Bros. For supporting Zack. I mean, I discredit that because it was Warner Media. It wasn't really Warner Bros. So we had the release, the Ayer cut trend globally, which is interesting. It really is interesting because it doesn't exist and it would take a lot less work than the Justice League Snyder cut did, to be honest. But at the same time, he said this, I get it, it's a business, said Ayer, known primarily for gritty street dramas like Training Day, The Fast and Furious, and End of Watch. It's frustrating because I made a really heartfelt drama and it got ripped to pieces. They tried to turn it to Deadpool, which it wasn't supposed to be, and then you take the hit. You're the captain of the ship. My name was on it. Laughs. Even though it didn't represent what I actually made, I would take all the bullets and be a good soldier. I made an amazing movie. It was an amazing movie. It just scared the shit out of the executives. For their part, Warner Bros. Has already moved on to the new Suicide Squad. But like realistically, they haven't because no one knows the continuity. Is it the second one because Harlequin's in it, Margot Robbie's in it? It's kind of a joke because it's like there can be canon and non-canon, but no one seems to know, is it a sequel? Is it, what is it? Because David Ayer has come out multiple times and said it's definitely there. And then we've got this hilarious article by Ann Cernoff telling Variety we won't be developing the David Ayer cut. And then I'm personally told by people very, very close, the movie's pretty much good to go. It's pretty much there already. So it's very misleading. Now I know Ann Cernoff is, guess it says here, Warner Media Studio CEO. Studio, she's not head of Warner Media like the Variety clickbait article like to say. Jason Keller is the CEO. You notice how it says studios there. So I've been told that this movie is literally ready to go. And then you get the Twitter Scooby-Doo with Scoopers discrediting people. Say, oh, I thought the David Ayer Suicide Squad cut is good to go. Well, you know, this is Warner Bros. Also said, well, they were not releasing the Snyder cut because they didn't. It was AT&T. So the Suicide Squad cut will be released after the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie comes out. It will be released. AT&T want content. That's all they care about for their streaming service. They want content. It's all right saying canon, non-canon. Snyder Cut's not canon. Whedon Cut is canon. Shazam is canon. Yeah, it happens after BVS. There's so much misleading things out there. To me, it's almost like some of these people in the studios at Warner Bros, they don't know what they're talking about. To the point where I was talking to a bunch of YouTubers about this, saying literally a mediocre YouTuber could promote better than these studios promote because they're promoting the old ways. You know, like Darkseid says, ready the Armada, we're going to do it the old ways. It's like, that's the way that these Hollywood studios think about marketing and their audience. They're thinking about it the old ways. We're still in a pandemic. Theaters in the UK aren't open till May. I know they're briefly opening up in America at the moment, but the old ways is the theater. The new way is streaming, VOD, video on demand, if you know what I mean. So it is interesting. So this movie will be coming. It will be coming. And yes, I know like people are discrediting certain people because certain people said the Ayer Suicide Squad cut is pretty much coming. It's there. They've already made it and there's no factual evidence. But for these people, I say the same thing that I said when it came to the Zack Snyder Justice League movie. That was never there, yet the information actually came out. So it's very interesting for me because I see a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that is not public knowledge, and the exact same situation with the Snyder Cut, stuff that wasn't public knowledge and now it is, and it's like, oh right, so the movie was there all this time, and you've even got the director literally saying to you that it's there, it's literally there, and it makes more sense from a continuity point. David Ayer even went on to say, we synced up the storylines. Squad was on the ramp for Justice League, which was much more ambitious two-part movie arc, which was impressive scope. The Squad was an appetizer. So it pretty much laid the foundations for Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is why it made no sense for the studios to basically rip the Ayer cut apart, which is literally what the director said. It was ripped apart. Anyone that knows the narrative story of the Suicide Squad cut will know that that had Steppenwolf, it had Jared Leto Joker. It literally ties into the nightmare scene where Jared Leto Joker's there. It all ties in, and we're still missing a massive part of the puzzle. So this movie will be coming, and then it's weird because you get the same actors in the Suicide Squad 2 for Amanda Waller, for Rick Flag, for Captain Boomerang, for Harley Quinn, for Warstu. And it's like, is it a sequel? Is it set in its own universe? Is it in the DCEU? Is it the SnyderVerse? Where is it? I mean, I didn't really think much of the trailer. I thought the trailer was pretty boring, to be honest, because it's a Suicide Squad. It looked like an average movie to me. Yes, I'm going to support it, but I'm not going to go over the top just because it's DC. Now, I've got strong opinions about things like Birds of Prey site. Both the Wonder Woman movies were average. They're pretty, like, for me, they're the worst in the whole franchise. But come at me, bro, down below if you don't agree with that, which 99% of people don't. But it's a bit weird that how this movie is coming, but the prerequisite is it isn't coming. It really is weird because the Suicide Squad movie, the real one, was supposed to introduce the fans to Steppenwolf and the Mother Boxes, which we would later see in the Zack Snyder Justice League. But where is it? It's clearly there, guys. There's so much evidence. And if anyone says this is an April's Fool bullshit, no, this is actually real. I might post it on April the 1st, but this is not an April's Fool video. From what I'm being told behind the scenes, the same people that tell me a lot of credible information, the Ayer cut will be coming after the Suicide Squad cut from James Gunn. They're not going to undercut a big theatrical release in August, which I'm hoping will do very well. It's got a lot of big actors in. I mean, even Sylvester Stallone is voicing King Shark. Got a lot of big actors in that movie, so they hope that do well. But the Ayer cut will be coming at some point from what I'm hearing. So this is not an April's Fool video. This is a video saying, yo, release the Ayer cut is coming. From what I've been told this for months. People thought instantly as soon as the Zack Snyder Justice League movie was released, the Ayer cut would be coming. So as far as we know here at the Warstu headquarters, the David Ayer, or Ayer, as we say in the UK, is coming. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter or WarstuG, and we'll catch ya in another video very soon. Catch ya later.